Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Every day in America, suicides among the American military number at least 22 per day. This is far too many, but this number is a baseline. It is probably far greater, sadly. In conjunction with the movie The Keeper, which highlights a veteran who is suffering from PTSD and is contemplating ending his life, but decides not to do so and gets better. We want to help people remember and have in front of them the information that they need to highlight this tragedy and to hopefully reach out and help someone who is struggling in the same way as some of those were on the name tapes that our character carried throughout the movie The Keeper. So for 22 days, the Southern Fried Podcast is going to keep a sad number. We're going to keep a running tally using the baseline number 22, starting on September 2nd. And each day that we're on the air, we'll give the updated numbers. We want to highlight this not to promote a number, but to make a difference. There may be someone you know you need to reach out to, listen to, get the information to them. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to let our veterans know that we care, we want to help, and that there's resources for them. The Southern Fried Podcast is committed to do their part to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity. And good evening.
Good evening.
We have 2 wigs and an old man.
Who you call him wig? I ain't wearing no wig.
Oh, I'm sorry. Two long-haired people and an old man.
Yeah, your hair just grew really fast today.
Oh, yeah. Right. Robert's would have had to have been record time.
Hey, my name tonight is Robert Dirt. It's pronounced Dirté. It's French.
Welcome to the Southern Fried Podcast. Mama said. We look forward to having some of our folks in here, and we appreciate everybody that's here. We've got a special guest tonight who's been coming in the stream and talking to us a whole bunch, and we are so glad that Michael says, oh my, we're so glad to have Chickbait with us. And if I remember right, you live somewhere south of or around Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep.
Okay, so I did remember that. Well, we're glad to have you on the show. Mama Said has been one of our longest running shows that we have. We've tweaked a little bit, changed a little bit, but we talk about obviously things that Mama said and different things that, and it's good to have different perspectives in here. So you've definitely brought that to our program.
Oh,
you've been a blast to have in the comments, and you have kept us going on difficult nights. Rob, I do feel a little bit better tonight. Of course, I was sick as a dog yesterday. I wasn't feeling great this morning. I decided I just couldn't go to work. My granddaughter was sick too, so she was out of school. I was out of work, but we'll both get back in there tomorrow. Now we know what I look like with hair. I got to say this right off the top, because it is Monday. I'm feeling a little bit more chipper. I'm kind of ready to go. I can't think of the dude's name, but you know who you look like wearing that?
Joe Dirt?
No, not Joe Dirt. You only wish. You look like that dude in the Tiger thing, man. What was that thing?
Oh, Tiger King something?
Yeah. Tiger, yeah. What was that dude's name? Tiger King? That's what you remind me of.
Just call me King. It'd be fine.
It's going to take me a minute to get used to this.
You know, way back when you first met me, I kind of had long hair.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 30 plus years ago, but of course mine's gray and falling out now too. I wear the cap a lot more, but it's good to be here. What kind of a day have you had, Chickbait? What kind of a day has your
I
day
didn't
been?
feel well all day either until about like a couple hours ago. Then I was like I gotta do the show and pulled myself together.
There you go. There you go. Now,
He's contagious. It's that elderly disease. What do they call that again?
Dementia?
Yeah. So, old timers. Suffer from CRS.
Yeah, I forgot what it is.
no,
Michael. That's
Southern
right.
Rock Tribute Band. I guess I'm the manager.
No,
You know.
you're the guy sitting over there playing the tambourine or something.
Well, maybe so. But you know, the old timers tribute band. Well, you know, I'll come back to that in just a second. I was just going to say that I'm blaming it on the kids. You know, I do have a granddaughter that lives with me, and so she wasn't feeling well either. So I think that I'm going to say that she probably gave it to me. It's going to school thing. You know, the kids bring stuff home, and feeling a little bit. You put the hat back on, dude. Looks, that's worse. That's worse. But along with what he said, I was thinking, you know, of a lot of these bands that have been around a long time, they are showing their age. Bless them for what they're still able to do and get up and move around. But there's a couple of them that's it's a little rough right now to watch them. So, you know, they might need to be on the lounge circuit or something. You know?
I forget. My son was telling me, I saw him this weekend. He probably gave me something this weekend. Anyway, he's older though. And he works for like, I won't say what his job is.
Yeah.
But he mentioned there was a concert in town with Billy Joel and Rod Stewart. And I'm like, both of them?
Yeah. You remember Forrest Gump?
Both of them?
You remember what Forrest Gump, when Bubba told him, said, you lean back against me and I'll lean right back against you, and neither one of us had to sleep with our heads in the mud. That's what Billy Joel and Rod Stewart are doing up there. One's leaned back against the other. And
I just trying to imagine it, and I'm like, I don't even want to look this up, to be honest.
I can see them coming out there with their walkers, but you got to have respect, man. You got
Billy Joel gets to sit down at a piano. So.
Well,
yeah, I saw him a long time ago with that. They did that combo tour, him and Elton John. They did that 2 or 3 times, but I think I saw them on the first time of doing that. It was pretty, you know, it was a big show. I mean, obviously, you know, they were still really big. I mean, they're big now, but obviously not. I mean, you know, I'm sure they can still pull a very nice crowd, but they were doing the stadium. Of course, there's a lot of your. I mean, the Rolling Stones some of them in their 80s, and they're still, you know, when they're able to tour, they still pull stadium tours. It's amazing, but you know, they're slower now. They're not, but except for Mick Jagger, I mean, the guy it doesn't seem like he ages. He still moves really good for a guy his age. I mean, truly amazing. And Keith Richards, you just can't kill him. I mean, he's tried. No. He's tried to kill himself.
No, it's like, you know, I saw a thing where Keith Richards was one of the bouncers at the Lincoln assassination. Asked him if he wanted some popcorn, you know.
That is so wrong. So funny. No, I was imagining these crowds, though. They must like want to go to bed early, you know, at their age. Right?
Well, you know, I have to say that some of these bands have been around so long that actually there's young people starting to come to them now. It's kind of like a retro thing. They're kind of coming back in, and it may be where they had, you know, it's maybe the grandkids now, but or you know, it had to be older kids, but you know, because they've heard this music from their parents or grandparents, and then some of the bands have talked about how they're actually got a young crowd that's coming. You know, so I mean it's all ages, but the young crowd has picked up. I mean, and they know the songs, they sing the words.
Well, there's like
it's amazing.
Popular pop artist. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a pop artist named Olivia Rodrigo, and she likes Billy Joel, and she does a song with him. It's online. You can look it up. And I'm like, that is kind of weird, but okay. Because he must be thrilled to have such a young fan want to like sing with him. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah, I mean,
Madison was coming in here. I'm gonna have to put this thing back on now. There you go.
Madison.
the name of this
Yeah,
song-
you need to do one of your ARAs and that get up, dude.
No, we want them to come and get a cat. We don't want to scare them off or a puppy dog.
Well, with that much hair on your head, there might be a cat hidden in there.
There might be. You know.
You're
Yeah,
obsessed with the Beatles, so
about that the entire time. You need to
Madison.
listen to the,
Madison is a young person who's obsessed with the Beatles. They're timeless. You know, they transcend all time.
Is it wrong that I thought "Hey Jude" was "Hey Jew" for a long time?
not wrong. It's like misheard lyrics.
Yeah.
kind of.
It was like "Hey Jude."
Well, well, no.
More complicated when you get into the rest of the lyrics, maybe.
What do you mean
Yeah.
bad?
You on that? I'm not going to opinion on this. No.
Get on him, Madison. There is a website. Well, there's probably more than one, but there's a website dedicated to all the songs that people think are one way, and they sing them wrong. I mean, there's just a whole subset of society that has been singing songs wrong their whole life. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, I think it was one of their songs. It was quite funny, but how people sung that. But you could actually see videos of it. I'm sure there's a YouTube on it.
Oh yeah,
showing people what they thought it was, or even showing it to them, and they tell them, no, this is what the song really says. I think that today, people probably look up lyrics more than they used to. So this was back when it was hard to find the lyrics unless they put them in the liner notes of the album or cassette or CD back in the day. But so Madison, if you're a big you're obsessed with the Beatles, give me, I know it's hard, I hate to put you on the spot, top three Beatles songs, and we got to know who's your favorite Beatle. So just, oh, yeah, that's right. Tarman played music for years. I can't believe that these old writers don't have arthritis. That's right. Well, yeah, you know.
I
I'll be
gotta
right
make a
back
guess.
in a second. My friend needs something. So let me check.
Yeah.
this.
I
Be
gotta
right back.
make a guess on
No
Madison.
problem.
I'm
Do
gonna
what?
say, "Hey Jude," Maxwell's Silver Hammer, and oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna say those two.
Strawberry Fields, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Her favorite, the LSD song.
Let it be. Strawberry. All right. So your favorite's Ringo.
No, I don't say it's Ringo. Eleanor Rigby is another good contender.
Oh, come on. Maxwell's Silver Hammer was nowhere in there.
No.
Oh, come on. Why not? That was a great song.
You know, it's funny you say that, Rob. My best friend growing up, you know, who was sadly murdered when we were 21 years old, John Lennon, I knew, I kind of figured. But he loved that song, Maxwell Silver Hammer. We used to listen to that all the time. It was just one of his favorite. He wasn't even a big Beatles fan, but he loved that song.
But it's such a happy song.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't Beatles fans, but they just like some of the songs. I don't understand it, but
Yeah. So, Chick Bay, give us your genre of music that your cruising music, your, you know, meditation music. Besides who? Oh, yeah, besides when, yeah.
Besides the yodeling.
The yodeling, yeah.
Mostly like rock music, just general. Like
give us a couple names.
Modern stuff. I shake it up, you know, like pop music, dance music.
Yeah.
Pop and dance.
A little bit of country music sometimes.
Big time rock.
Not
and
opera.
roll. I don't
should get into opera. That's what I'm thinking.
You can't get into opera?
No, I would love to jam out to it just to blast it in the car and, you know, ride past the cool kids.
So you have a lot of interest. So let's say you've had a bad day. You just get in the car. What do you want to hear? You know, you've had an extremely bad day. It's just been horrible, and you're aggressive music so you don't have road rage all over the place. What are you listening to calm down or get more road rage? I don't know. What would that be?
What would calm me down? Probably a lot of Metallica or something. That would be very
Okay.
calming. No, I'm kidding. I've been listening to a lot of Lana Del Rey. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I've heard of them. Yes.
She's good. I don't know. My playlists are like all over the place, kind of like my brain. So
That's cool. Yeah. Hey, Tammy. Glad to see my sister in here. Her musical tastes are all over the place too. But we do like some of the same things. So she listens to crying music to get my tears out of the way. So
Yeah.
what is crying music? Is that
Well,
tear in the beer? I mean,
old country.
that's still
I
on
bet it's
Country music.
I bet it's not.
I bet it is.
music.
You can listen
She's
to that
probably-
stuff.
She's probably got she's probably a Swiftie. She's probably got some
Here's
Pull up my playlist here.
sad
Yeah.
country, old country music.
Okay, it's,
Music playlist.
okay. Give me before Chickbait gives her playlist. Sad country. Give us an example. You know, Red Sylvan Teddy Bear. that's I'll tell you what. That's going way back. That's like a home run, way back.
Hey, I've got an impersonation of an old country music fan.
Roses for Mama. Hey, that fits perfect for tonight.
Yeah,
Put that on the. We got to put that up here. Roses for Mama. Who sung that? Roses for Mama.
it don't matter.
Well, it does matter. Well, no.
Song to bring
Babe.
that up.
I need to know so Robert can listen to it and cry.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I've got an impersonation of a country music fan that listens to that kind of music. You want to say?
Oh, Red sung it. Red Sylvan sung that. I knew the Teddy Bear. I'd forgotten about that one. Roses for Mama. So before you do that, Rob, I just got this image of you. Jen's gone to work and you've got the country and you're listening to some Roses for Mama and you and the cats are all lined up and you're all crying singing this song. Yeah, same guy. Okay, cool. All right, Chickbait. Robert, you had something to say before we go to Chickbait. What was he just going to say? Because I knew he was going to put down country.
Who would want to listen to that stuff? I mean, come on. Life is hard enough on people now. Why would you want to listen to something that's going to run you right down that slide, right into depression? Come on. You want to listen to something that's going to pick you up. I just feel like having a good cry. You know what happens when you play that old junky country music backwards? You get
You've only said this like 5 times, dude.
Your beard back, you get your dog back, you get everything, your food back. Come on now.
Hey, listen, I'm walking depression.
You ain't no walking depression.
She's a ray of sunshine.
Come on now. You too chick. Huh?
All right, let's do Chickbait's.
My songs are way too happy, but I'm trying to find my saddest playlist.
Well, give us some of the happy ones. What do you like in the happy mode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring Madison up.
Tammy says sometimes you just have to cry. Well, Tammy, I know you don't listen to country. I don't think. What are you listening to cry to? Okay, let's. What happened?
Last album.
She don't listen to that. I promise you.
Okay.
Okay, Chickbait. We need some happy songs. This is getting depressing.
Okay.
Come on,
Happy
Madison. We'll pick you up.
Al Williams. That's the happiest song I've got. Happy.
Okay.
I got the Replacements.
I've heard of them.
LCD Sound System.
Okay.
I've got Third Eye Blind.
I've heard of them.
I've got what's this called? The Radiohead.
I've heard of Radiohead. I'm not doing too bad here for an old guy.
Oh, here's a guy who sings sad songs. He's no longer with us, but Elliott Smith would be on my sad list.
Elliott Smith.
He's always sad.
Tammy, who sings 1,000 Years? Is that a Christian song or?
Is that the song from the movie Twilight?
Oh, she's into that. I think. See, you know more than I do because I don't. her and my other sister, they watch all these shows and stuff, and
Yeah.
and they can talk. Oh, my other sister's in. I got both sisters in here.
Wow.
Hey.
I'm finishing my work
Hey,
day.
boy.
Salt was live.
Family reunion thing.
That's right.
I'm confident weirdo best Radiohead song. It's funny, we got different generations in here. We're all connecting. It's funny. Yes, it is Twilight.
I knew
Christina
it.
Perry.
What was up with the movie
Chick bait,
Twilight?
you saved me from my old man status.
You're
Christina
welcome.
Perry.
Yeah, now we're all cool. So, yeah.
All right, what was up with the movie Twilight? Those were the dorkiest vampires ever. I mean, regular vampires, when they go out in the sunlight, they burst into flame. You know, these guys sparkle. Come on.
There's like 3 or 4 books. I took them up from the library. I read them all. They were very easy reads. And then I checked in on like the internet, like, it's early internet back then, but people were complaining that she had her like vampire folklore wrong, and they would correct her. And then she would write her next book and make these corrections. And I'm like, this is just getting goofy.
Yeah.
And werewolves hanging out with vampires, like, of course they do. That was all the time. And hanging out, and who doesn't want to become a vampire? I mean, this was the girl's dream. And I'm like, everybody should have a dream. That's her dream. So this is a book about following your dreams. Her dream was to become a vampire. So
Well, to me, it looks like they doused him with glitter.
he's a sparkly vampire. That's it.
He's sparkly. But,
there is a huge subset. This is huge, and whether people like to admit it,
I know people really like it.
She's nailed that because it is, and it fits right in with our haunted bridges and everything down there. I'm just wondering now if Madison, maybe was rejected by. Maybe the story should change down there. She says she don't want to go down that road. Maybe it was rejection by. Could that be? Maybe we've got a new book we could make here about the bridge down there, Rob.
Oh, you're talking about going down White's Bridge Road?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've got a theory on the whole Twilight thing, Dave.
Okay, bring it on.
Yes.
You ready? I think they were chupacabras, Dave. They were chupacabras. Yeah.
The
you know
blood
what the
suckers.
chupacabra is, right? Chick-bait, you know what chupacabra is, right?
No, I'm drawing a complete blank right now.
Oh, it's one of the cryptids. It's like Bigfoot and stuff. They found them down there in Mexico. It's a vampiric thing that drinks goat blood. It's called the chupacabra stands for the Mexican goat sucker.
Oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
skip
think they're sparkly too.
it on
Rob-
this. The important.
Rob, that sounds like a drink you order in a bad bar. Yes, sir. I'll have the Mexican ghost sucker.
I'll have the
Make it a double.
The illness you get after you have a bad drink at a bad bar.
Yeah, chupacabra is what happens to you after the bad drink at the bar.
Yes, exactly. That's the
I
definition.
got you. That makes sense now.
And,
I
understand.
That's because a bunch of people drinking too much can't pronounce that.
Oh no, that's the greatest thing about chupacabra. In Mexico they got tequila. So if you drink too much of that cactus water and then you try to say chupacabra,
that's new. People are using that as their new field sobriety test.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
The Mexican goat sucker.
Okay, I need you to stand on this line, and I need you to say
Spell it backwards for me too.
yeah, spell it back.
Probably do better going backwards than you would forward.
Then say, just take me to jail.
Yeah, no, we're gonna make a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
There we go. Don't forget the roo. You got to roll them R's there, like Scooby Doo.
I'm just out here helping law enforcement do good jobs.
Oh yeah.
You know what a rougarou is?
No, but I know what a rutabaga is now. So
Yeah, Winnebago. Yeah.
See,
that's some old things from back in Dave's time.
that's what got me hooked on the show. I'm like, why are they talking about rutabagas?
well, it's because
Rougarou another cryptid that comes from Louisiana. It's half dog and half wolf and part chicken, I think, and they call it a rougarou.
Oh,
I
and
don't
I
know
hate
which part's
that
what.
other thing that I can't pronounce not because I've been drinking, but because I really just can't pronounce it without reading
Yeah.
the word. It's like a
Absolutely.
form of dyslexia. Like I have to see the word and
Yeah.
phonetically look at it, and then I learn the
Yeah, I
word.
got it pulled up on screen there. Don't forget the rougarou.
The rougarou. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Now, you said
Oh,
you've learned what a Winnebago was. And that's interesting because that comes from back in Dave's time. They used to hook those things up to horses and drag them across the country. They called it the wagon train. And they used those Winnebagos. That's back in Dave's time.
I rode Scout, dude. I wasn't in the wagon. Okay, I rode Scout. I was a younger man then.
Oh, yeah, much younger.
I scouted for the Indians and any other hostiles. You know, make sure that the wagon train was protected.
Uh,
Heather, did you have a
hey,
good day at work? So, I was going to ask Robert, what's your favorite Beatles song?
my favorite what?
Beatles song. Do you have one?
Maxwell Silverhammer.
Oh, that's it. That's the favorite one. I thought you just
That's
going
my
out.
favorite one. Bang,
That is your
bang,
favorite.
Maxwell Silverhammer came down on his head. I tell you, it's a happy song.
Oh, yeah, talking
It's
about bashing
amazing.
somebody's brains out. I mean,
Well, I can't help all that.
hey,
It's
here's a great Monday for you. I didn't get yelled or cussed out today, so it was a good day.
Oh, that's always good. Yeah, I can't see the chat. So
You can't see
And
the
you,
chat.
and
Oh,
only the stuff that you put up on the corner,
okay.
or
doesn't
the
get-
stuff on YouTube.
okay, sorry. It doesn't give you an option up there to pull the comments. Click on comments up on the right.
I'm gonna have
top.
to go on Facebook too. I'm not gonna like. pull
Oh,
up my
okay.
tabs. Like there's a delay on the YouTube stream.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
It is. It's a little bit
I'm
of
staying on the StreamYard page thing.
Tammy says
Tammy,
she's
you've
gonna-
never heard of Maxwell Silverhammer? Oh, it's an amazing. It's a very happy song with a good message. It's just a wonderful, wonderful song. You'll really like it.
Oh yeah, don't sing that on Sunday morning at church.
What? That's like
That'd be wonderful.
20 best church hymns I've ever heard. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Bang, bang, Maxwell Silverhammer came down.
That's an Easter song, I thought. Right?
Yeah, we play that at Easter around here.
Yeah.
See if the ladies have not heard that song, you're losing there, bud.
Well, they'll get
I got you, Toyota man. Okay, I got you.
All right, I've got to put this up on screen here because Cook did me a picture.
Okay, let's see Cook's picture.
It's going to give me just a second here. I got to do that, then do this, and put it up. Boom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, number 14, Southern Fried Podcast. We got the Gnats.
And
That's
the
a big
monkeys.
looking gnat and the monkeys.
Save the monkeys. That's an
I
important.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Thank you,
saving the
Cook.
monkeys from the gnats? And then
No, my team is we got a fantasy team going, and my fantasy team's called the South Georgia Gnats.
nice. Okay, I get
Now, do you you don't have gnats up there? Have you ever had any experience with gnats?
that. Me? Yeah, they have gnats up here.
Y'all have gnats?
I mean,
Oh.
check with my buddy over here. Do we have gnats? Yeah.
Down where you're at, Rob, they don't have to ask that question, do they?
No.
They just jump all over you.
You walk outside and they swarm you. Of course, that's a major source of protein down here, so we'll take it.
Maybe not as many gnats, which is unfortunate.
Oh,
But I've also spent time up near Boston, went to school out that way. And I actually still split my time between there and Cleveland, which is like super fun and confusing. But
okay. Now I have to ask a question.
I don't think there's any gnats there.
You have brought this up. Do you pronounce it Boston or Boston?
I pronounce it Cleveland style, so it's Boston.
Okay.
Cool.
That
I
sounds right.
walk around my accent and they like look at me like, what?
Well, I know if you call Nevada, you get in trouble.
You got to park the car in the yard, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the yard.
And the more time I spend down there, like if the landlord people come over, the maintenance people or whatever, I end up like copying like the way they're talking, and I'm like, oh no, I'm doing it too.
But see, yeah, Heather's laughing, but she's the one that told us about this. She said they have run politicians out of the state for calling it Nevada.
She busted us a lot, right on the air. I mean, just right there. Like, okay, I got to stop y'all right now.
She doesn't do that. She says she does that to people out there. Oh, okay.
Massachusetts has like its own problems with people not pronouncing things right, but I swear to God, shouldn't say that.
No, you're fine.
All right. That the way they pronounce it's wrong in the first place. Like it says Peabody, but it's Peabody. That's how they say it. Or you see Gloucester, it's really Gloucester.
Okay.
Place called Situate. Just look it up because if you pronounce that wrong, you can say all sorts of bad things.
What? Well, look at their state. It's Massachusetts, right?
That's the first problem right there. I mean, like I still spell it wrong sometimes.
I spell it wrong every time. I barely can spell Robert.
That's a hard state. We should vote for new laws that changes the name of states that are too hard to say.
Yes, I agree with that. Massachusetts could become Tussets.
Well, that's why we have to vote on it. Some people might want Mass or
Massa.
Well,
or
if you did it in the middle of it, that would be really wrong,
Yeah.
Chickbait, how do you pronounce that right there, that city right there? How would you pronounce that?
Let me see. What? Which one?
The next to last word in that sentence right there. Yeah, I have problems with people pronouncing Lafayette.
Lafayette.
Yeah. That's the correct way around the country, but that's not the way we say it down here.
How do you say it down there?
Lafayette.
They call it Lafayette in Georgia.
It's a southern drawl,
Lafayette.
I got to go down more often so I can study the cultures. Yes.
I don't care who down there lives in that town and wants to call it Lafayette. They're wrong. It's Lafayette. But
what else is there that I want to go down to these places and mispronounce them on purpose just to see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. It's really fun to do that. I mean, now Chickbaits, you've got a YouTube channel, right?
I indeed do, and it is called Chickbait.
It is called Chickbait. So I went and followed that today. So tell us about your channel. You've got quite a few videos up, and what are you trying to do with your channel?
What's that? Sorry, my screen just refreshed.
No, what are you trying to do with your channel? Tell us about your YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel began out as kind of a lark, a joke, like me goofing around. Then I got into some true crime. I'll get kind of opinionated, but that's not for everybody. So you can kind of like a little buffet for ADHD people, I like to call it. But it's mostly true crime right now.
Okay.
I've been hanging out with a lot of different true crime channels, but I like to venture outside of that because there's only so much true crime can get really depressing and,
So what is there particular cases that you follow or have followed?
There's one you should check out, but the trial, like the crime happened. This is the funny part. I don't know. It's not funny, but the crime happened in, I want to say November 2022. And the trial is not going to happen until June 2025. And it's taking forever. And they had to move the trial, and it's in Idaho. And they call it the Idaho 4. So I'm trying to make sure all my Idaho 4 videos are like clearly, like you can find that, like that's obviously an Idaho 4 video. That's obviously her being a goofball video. So they're all mixed up.
That's where the guy went in and killed the
college.
Yes. Okay, I know I'm fairly familiar with that case. I've read up on it somewhat. I'm not deep into it, but I do know the particulars of it. But I
Yeah,
have got, I don't do true crime, but it's big, and I have on the side now. I have gotten into some cases. There's one down. There's been a couple, but one of them that's still out there. There's a missing child case in upstate Tennessee and Summer Wells, and I have gotten into that case quite a bit. I've been looking. I've listened to so many people, and listened to so many law enforcement people talk about it, and that child's been missing for a long time, and the whole there's so many issues. But I got into so many
yeah,
channels. I kind of took a break from it for a little bit. It is depressing, but we still think about her and pray for her. Me and my granddaughter, her favorite color was purple. We went and got some purple light bulbs, and we'll do those sometimes. We'll turn a purple light on just to remember her. But it's really sad. Yeah.
that one's really sad. And Sebastian Rogers case too. I think that's out in Tennessee.
Yeah,
That's really sad too. He's still
it's
missing.
huge. There's actually
Yeah.
there's a Southern Fried true crime channel, and they've been out there for a while. They've got a lot of videos. When you do a search on YouTube, usually they'll show up first, and there's
Yep.
maybe one other one, then us. If you saw that,
Yeah,
but
I
they've been
noticed
out
that
there for quite a while.
subscribe. I was like, oh yeah, and try to
Yeah.
get the link and everything. So I
Yeah,
posted.
yeah.
I learned how to use the community tab, and I posted like about a half hour before the show that I was going to be on. So I was trying to
Okay.
promote
Oh my
as much as I
goodness.
could in a short amount of time. But
Well,
You
we
should
appreciate
see
you
us
doing
doing
that.
that on this thing.
well, I'm
My
still
goodness.
new to the YouTube process. Like I'm not like highly skilled and adept with the technology.
Well, we have our mad scientist who's definitely been very helpful to us because he's I think Robert did some, but his name's Chris. He's a member of our crew. He's been really sick, but he really built the YouTube channel. I mean, I'd say Rob, I think you did some, but really, I think he
We
did
were,
most of it, right?
we were just hammering along, putting out content. We had 6 subscribers,
Yeah,
and then like a month later, we had 7. And then he took over. Now it's up to 50.
No,
It's just it's easing up. We've only been out, wow, since Memorial Day.
yeah.
oh,
So,
really?
yeah,
That's
you
actually
know,
pretty good for a short amount of time.
yeah, we're hammering. I mean, that's Dave keeps cracking the whip on me, and I just keep right on going. He's like, "Come on now, we got to get on there." And I'm like, "I'm tired, Dave. I'm tired." He's like, "Come on," but I'm tired, and I want to get my.
What's funny is we're
Let me do this right.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Get around here. I feel your pain.
Yeah, we got to get your public image better.
You ready?
Heather, if you're still watching, does he not look like that dude from the Tiger? What was that called? Tiger King or Tiger what? Pharaoh Dave.
Hello, Dave. Yeah, we go through pulling. I go through pulling them rocks up top of that pyramid, but you got to respect it because I got to drive and I'll pull it right on up there. And yeah, you like this one with it? I like it. My wife likes it too. I have to wear it. I have to wear it when we go to bed sometimes.
What was that called, Heather? What was that documentary called?
Huh? Do what?
It was Tiger King, wasn't it? Wasn't that Tiger
Yeah,
King?
it was Tiger King. You just call me King.
What was the dude's name? That wasn't his
I
name.
don't know. I never watched Tiger King, but I did see pictures of him.
He did have a name. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
Tiger King. I can't think of his name.
either.
His
But they
name
just works me.
is-
He gets out there and he just works the snot out of me, and I
Oh.
do my best to keep up. But
His
oh
name
my
is
goodness.
Joe Exotic.
Exotic. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Joe
Oh,
Exotic. Does that not fit, Robert? Joe Exotic. I mean,
no,
he's
you call me Rob
you-
Exotic.
dude. Your thing is
Rob
not
Exotic. I'm
tigers.
telling you, you can do it.
What's the French
It's alligators.
The French way to pronounce Robert, like Robert. Is that-
Robert. Yeah, I love it.
Robert Exotic.
Robert Exotic would be.
Yeah. yeah.
Robert,
Wait a
the
minute.
alligator king. I love
Wait a
it,
minute.
man.
Wait a minute. You got to do the whole Joe Exotic thing here.
I didn't have a werewolf, but I brought out a wolf today.
Like this. This
I was
is
gonna-
the Joe Exotic.
Oh, that's
pose, right?
cute.
was going to have the wolf do the yodeling, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yodel?
yodel.
Or are you just going to yodel behind it?
Yeah.
No,
because
I'll never yodel.
I'll guarantee
Not
you,
on
Chick Mate.
her.
out of practice,
Yodel with
so
her.
I'll just pretend this is my wolf, and this is my wolf doing yodeling, and I practiced
Okay,
yesterday.
Wolf
Okay.
is doing yodeling. We
I gotta
gotta
put my
see.
Let's do this.
I gotta put my hair back on for this. Too.
Okay, put your
Okay.
hair back.
That way,
You
when
gotta-
people
gotta-
screenshot this, they won't
he needs a
recognize
fanny pack.
It's some short shorts.
it. All right.
All right, here we go.
Yoo-hoo, you lay, hoo, you lay, you lay, you lay, hoo. There.
Not bad. Not
Not
bad.
Now y'all got to do it together.
Well, we'd never be able to do it
We're
together
in a
because I
band
can't
together,
do it
we're
that good.
All right,
Yodel,
well, then
yoo.
Dave has to yodel now.
We're planning to play out on Halloween, so we need to.
Yodelay, ooh, that's about the best I can do.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that-
like
yeah,
a Ricola freak. What?
I put on a couple yodeling videos last night just to see if I could like get any better at it, and
Yeah.
that's as good as I can get right now. But when I was
You're beating, you're
I was
beating this crowd.
trying to learn it.
Look. You be
Yes,
yourself
Heather,
with
you
this
you and Frank need wigs, and y'all need to look like the what's that? Have you seen that guy? He does those videos where he dresses up all 60s looking. He goes into places and dances and stuff. He looks like a disco guy. That's what you need to have, the disco look. That would be killer for y'all to come on for your next show.
Y'all
Yes.
get one of them spinny balls too, disco balls, have it hanging down.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Nevada.
Wait, how do you pronounce Arizona?
I would just say
Arizona.
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 Arizona. It's Arizona, right?
Arizona. You know.
Arizona.
That'd
No,
be
it's just Arizona.
Wyoming.
It's why? Oh, it sounds like you're asking a question.
Why?
Oming?
Who's Oming, and why are we
Yeah.
asking Oming?
Yeah,
questions?
where is Oming even located? And why would you go there? You know,
Well, that's
That's
like California. If you're from there, they don't say California. They just say Cali. That's all they say.
Okay, my yodeling band is going to be called Wyoming.
I like it.
why?
So you
oh,
are a Chick Mate, are you a pet lover? Do you love pets? Do you have pets?
I have 2 cats. They're tuxedo cats, and they're brothers. So, like
Hmm.
actual
Oh.
brothers. Yeah.
All right.
And they
Robert,
always cuddle up
Robert's
to
left.
their bros. Often.
Robert has 4 cats. We used to have Henry the guitarist from the Outlaws. Interesting man. Yeah, we've had cats before. We just currently have one dog who was a rescue, hates men. I guess it was abused by a man, so it tolerates me, but it goes nuts when another man comes in the house. It just real protective of my granddaughter. So we just have. I think Heather's got a couple of dogs. Tammy
kind
has
of-
no animals.
What kind of dogs are these? Your dog is.
It's a mix. We got it from the from the shelter. It's Chihuahua mixed with like the weenie dog or something. I mean, it's really long, but it has like the Chihuahua face. And no cats. Frank is allergic. We have 2 dogs, and is what Heather says. So she's a good dog, really. I mean, unless it's a man there, she's she's a good guard dog. I can hear her barking. But if you go near my granddaughter, she won't do anything, but she likes to act like she will. So, we see Cat. Which one is this?
Chuckers.
That's
You're,
Chuck.
Taught him how to wing.
let
Come
you
back over here.
is it
See how
a
he
she,
wing?
girl, boy, cat?
It's a
in
boy
between
cat. His name's Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck
See him
lets
wing?
you come on. He
See him
seems
wing?
to really enjoy it. Yeah, I see. My cats love
He's
to
only got one eye.
scratch me because they really don't like to cuddle. And I'm like,
No, he doesn't.
on.
Orange cat. But he's only got one.
I want to get a dog so bad, but because I travel, back and forth, like it's
Yeah.
kind of impossible right now. But pretty
So how
soon.
do you have to fly, or do you drive, or train,
Drive.
or drive?
Drive?
But that's fun in the wintertime.
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
try to avoid Massachusetts in the wintertime as far as
Yeah.
I can. I mean, like I grew up out here, so the reason like I go back and forth is because my like fiance, boyfriend, dude, just call him dude, I guess. He's taking care of his elderly dad who lives in Ohio. So
Yeah.
we've had to kind of adjust our schedules a lot to work around that.
Y'all should have seen the vet when I took him up there to get it. I had to get him fixed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I got him fixed, his eye was infected really bad. He'd already lost sight in it. And it was just kept getting infected. So I told him to go ahead and do the thing on the eye. And when he took everything else, go ahead and take the eye too.
My God.
Poor
What a
cat.
bad trip for a cat, man.
What's gonna happen?
But he was talking to him and said, "What's his name?" I said, "Chuck Norris." And he went,
Remind me to never have Robert drive me to the doctor. I mean, my gosh. I mean,
right?
Well, I made fun of Jenny about this. I said, here comes this poor little cat into our lives. All he wants is some food and water and some affection. At the price he has to pay is 2 bits.
You're
horrible.
bad.
Horrible.
You're bad.
Mm.
I really don't either, Tammy, around here.
My cats are named Chad and Steve.
Chad and Steve. Interesting.
Because they're bros.
They're bros, yeah.
Like frat,
Okay.
I'm like.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the names? Did you just think of them, or did you? They named after people.
A backstory. I got them. They were about 6 months old, so they began out as Stormy and Cloudy. Then the first lady who was like foster parenting the cats changed it to Steve and Cletus, and I was like, okay, I like Steve, but I wasn't a big fan of Cletus because, like, I'm in Ohio right now. Nobody's named Cletus around here, and
it would work great down here.
Yeah.
I wanted them to fit right in with the other cats in the neighborhood, and I'm like, Cletus, you're going to have to be Chad now. And honestly, cats don't care. They can change their name every week. They don't care. Usually I just call them Dumb and Dumber or Tweedledum and Tweedledum,
Well, I've got Chuck Norris and Roscoe are my 2 male cats. Roscoe P. Coltrane.
I still call Cletus though sometimes because I respect his past.
So. Oh, that's nice.
But I got 2 female cats. One's named Misty, and the other one is Topanga. I did not name Topanga, but she came with that name, so we just stuck it with her.
That was a character on a TV show, Boy Meets World.
Was it?
Yeah.
I guess it was. Yeah.
The things we learn on here. I didn't know that.
I'm bringing the information today.
Hey, you're very quick. I tell you have so much floating around your brain. I love it. That's why I knew you'd be perfect on the show. I knew it.
Thanks for I was
Topanga needs a helmet, a football helmet, because she doesn't. When she wants attention, she walks up and just headbutts until she gets attention. It don't matter if it's on your elbow, on your chin, whatever. She just headbutts.
She's special, then.
Yeah.
Quite special. Yeah.
And she won't stop either.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a nervous habit or like Tourette's. Or, no.
Isn't that where like you cuss involuntarily or something?
Yes.
Well, I mean that could be it.
There's other things with it.
Physical motions that you can't like. I don't know.
If I ever was going to have to pick my own mental disability, that's the one I would have picked. It's a lot. That would be a lot cooler than epilepsy. Let me tell you. If you can just walk up to somebody and say, "You so and so," that'd be cool. Do what?
Bleep.
Yeah.
About the word.
Yeah. You just shout it out. That's a lot cooler than shaking.
Well, or being on the floor in the middle of a show with your foot propped up. I mean, that's like, what in the world just
one
happened?
time. It's happened once.
I know. Well, we can joke about it. I mean, he
What
got
happened?
handled. He had an episode. We went to break, and I come back, and I'm I was manning the controls, so I'm doing all this stuff. I'm getting ready to come out of the break. I thought I saw him come back. So anyway, we come back, and I look up there, and he's not in his chair. And I thought he ain't back, and I hear a oh, and I thought, what was that? And I see his foot propped up in a chair. I said, oh, Robert's down with the cats. I just took him off screen. I knew what it was, but he came back and like wiped out the chair and was on the ground. Of course, his wife was thankfully there and
Yeah.
came in and handled it. But I was like, wow. And of course, Cook, he knows about it. So he was already in the chat saying, pray for Rob. But I thought at first, because I didn't see him, I didn't notice his foot at first. I thought, well, he's not back yet. We'll just start talking. And
Yeah.
but what's funny is I was thinking, I thought he should have been back by now. I'm just going to leave him on screen. He can come back in. I'm going to give him a hard time when he gets back. He was back. He's just to the floor.
And see, I don't remember it. It happens, and then I'm coming back around.
See, that's just when you have to wear a striped shirt like this, but like with red stripes, like big red stripes, and we can play Where's Waldo if anybody goes.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be. I think we've my wife and I have tried to figure out interesting scenarios that would go really well with me having a seizure. When you go to a restaurant and they've got these little booths and they're combined in the back, and you got all the kids behind you, and they're shaking you and bouncing you and everything. What a great time to have a seizure. Well, you could rattle them, but good.
Is this like a new party game? Like when you
I don't know.
The table and go, okay, everybody, where are the best places to have a seizure? And then you go around and take turns answering.
Well, yeah, you could get like flashing lights up there and try to set them off in each other. See who gets set off first.
I think being on an airplane and having a seizure when someone's kicking the back of your seat, or a bus or train.
Oh yeah, that would be the worst place I had one. Absolute, hands down, worst place I had one was at Sharky's in Panama City.
Okay.
It's a restaurant right down on the beach. And have you been to Panama City? That is the Redneck Riviera.
No. I've never gotten past like the fashion capital of Florida or Orlando, where, my best friends there, Mickey, Donald.
In Orlando? Well, Panama City's up in the Panhandle, right here.
Yeah, I had a friend who lived out that way, but I never got around to visiting. But
oh, it's great. If you like crowds and heat and sweat, and it's great, wonderful.
I get I watched like YouTube videos of random small towns because it's so much fun to learn.
Oh yes. But I went to Sharky's, and I've got this great big shark out front. It's jam-packed. It's got like 4 or 5 different areas. And we're there, and I'm there with my wife and father-in-law, and he's sitting over there complaining about his $7 salad. And I'm eating. I'm having fun. I've got my drink set up there. And then when I come back around, I'm in the floor. Drinks have flown everywhere. Everybody in there's eyes are like, oh, And my wife's trying to tell him, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He has epilepsy. It's okay. We deal with this. Do you need an ambulance? No, don't need an ambulance. Just need to get back up in my seat. And yeah, I didn't go back in there for years.
How bad is the epilepsy? I mean, like, I know some people have like you can get injured, right? Like during a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. I'm very limited on what I can do. I can't drive. I can't. Driving the tractor, that's the one that kills me. I can't even drive the tractor. Now I do drive my lawnmower, but it's a 0 turn, and if I come out of that, it shuts off. So, I mean, like right then, boom.
I think you got anything to be embarrassed about, in my opinion. I mean, like.
No.
It'd be great
about that happening.
But that would be neat. To have like zero gravity seizure.
Yeah. We do. There's 2 different kinds. One's what they call a grand mal seizure, and you just shake it real good. And then there's a focal seizure, and the focal seizures, I just kind of go off into la la land. My eyes will roll back, and and it's
Okay.
done.
Okay. And how long do they last? Like,
The focal seizures only last about 10 or 15 seconds, usually at the most.
okay.
The grand mal seizures, I have to go by what my wife tells me. She tells me they can last 15, 20 seconds sometimes longer, sometimes not. But we're trying to get
go on.
laughing about it. We're trying to get to where we can laugh about it and move on. And that's
Robert, did you know have you heard about that nasal spray?
yes. And I have taken it. It's an emergency type inhalant.
Okay.
That you can, that's supposed to bring you out of the seizure. But it is narcotic, and you know how I feel about that stuff.
I understand. Somebody asked me about it.
Yeah.
Did you? And I said, well, I don't know if he.
I
sure he's
have used it. I have used it, but they don't like prescribing it at all.
Okay.
So,
I can understand that. Right.
So, but yeah, it knocked it right out. I used it, but it took a while. And then you got to have somebody to actually be there to shoot it up your nose, because you don't know you're going to have a seizure till you're having one, and then till you're waking up and you've already had it. So you got to have someone there ready to pop the thing in your nose.
And you've had this whole life? Is it like something you're born with, or like?
No, I had a bad accident, and I got hit in the head with about 80 to 100 pounds from above me, right in the back of the head. And then I had about another 800,000 pounds fall over on me to put me on into the floor. So it ruined my back. It ruined my brain, kind of with the epilepsy. So
I'm so sorry.
I didn't even know. This is the funny part. I didn't know I was epileptic after that. And we're trying to figure out. I kept waking up in the floor. And my doctor was like, well, it's syncope. Your heart's stuttering. You're fat. You've got to have heart problems. And so they're saying that I was getting up too fast. It was making my heart stutter because I wasn't getting enough blood there. And and that's what we just assumed it was. And my brother Hector would be on here.
Hold on there just for a second. I want you to finish that. But what did you say? You said you. What was that word?
I was fat. I had to have heart problems.
Oh, but you used a name for it. What did you say? You called it something, didn't you? You
syncope.
Syncope. What's that?
And that's where your heart stutters when enough blood.
Oh, because you're fat? I mean,
yeah, because you're fat.
There's a whole lot of people in trouble if that's something going around because you're fat.
You better watch it, big boy.
Practice some body positivity, What you're talking about these days.
That's right. Tell him, Chick Bait. We got to be positive here.
Fat shaming Robert. How dare you?
Yeah. Tammy, I think you're right. I think that is what they're all saying. Yes, and Miss Heather, I am lucky to be alive from that.
I mean, I have severe depression. I've had it since I was a kid, and 12 or around there, and it's like I have to joke about it because it's like if I don't, I don't let it bring me down,
My doctor at the time,
I got scoliosis, and I'm always like fidgeting, and people think it's weird. It's just because my back's uncomfortable, So I've been sitting here for hours. That's probably a good time for me to make dinner now. And sadly have to bid adieu. But I did my yodeling. I wore the wig.
Yes.
You did good. You come back and be with us anytime. You stayed
I'll come back, especially when I'm more awake.
I didn't know you had a YouTube, but I liked and followed it too for the site here. So you got another subscription anyway.
She got two, so because I followed it as well.
Okay.
So go to Chick Bait.
Good night and take care. And thank you for having the show. And Chick Bait's my channel. And
go to Chick Bait, all one word on YouTube, and follow her channel if you like true crime in a different kind of way. I think that's how she said it, or sort of like that. I probably butchered that, but
in a way,
in Chick Bait's way. Thanks for being in here. We love having you. You come back and be with us.
And I've been sharing your channel around and telling my friends.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
We got to help each other. Yeah.
We have gotten a surge of followers this week. Oh, she's done gone.
She said dinner's away. She's got to go make dinner, so we understand that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do dinner. I wanted to check on my friend over there. He's probably getting hungry. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye now. All right.
Chickbait's been a blast. Syncope. I never heard that. Syncope. That sounds like something you do in the middle of the night.
Yeah, syncope. But Earl showed up. He was
like
over
something fat people do in the middle of the night.
apparently.
Have to go pee.
Yeah. Earl had come over when I was living over in Pisgah, the apartment over there, and he came over. He's like, I woke up on the floor. He's like, dude, whatever that thing is you call that ain't what it is. You just had a blooming seizure. And
interesting.
That's how I found out. And I went and told him, said, well, you might have epilepsy. Have you gotten any strong hits in the head and stuff? Well, yeah.
Thanks, Heather, for going liking her. I pulled it up. I haven't watched any of the videos, but she's been a real blessing to us. She has been in here for a week and a half or so and just been really a lot of fun. So so we now have outran our Instagram. We did do our hour on there, Rob. We did get the hour.
Did we do an hour? I've got an exclamation point up here at the top.
Well, that meant that it just disconnected because they'd only let us go an hour. So we did our first live on. I didn't see if it came through because I wasn't sure if it hooked up, but it's saying it was successful. So hopefully we'll see that. But yeah, thanks for following her and go check it out. If you're into true crime, it sounds like it'd be something interesting. She has a very interesting take on stuff, and I love it. She fits us perfectly, But but yeah, Rob, that's interesting.
We got to do this now.
Oh, we did.
Heather and Tammy in here at the same time.
We did.
Come on, girl. Give us some dirt on Dave.
No dirt.
Yes. What are you doing, Kaylee?
Nanny already told her she could.
Nobody.
All right. So
I have to get up really early and go. So no, and I'll explain to you. Maybe.
Where is there it is. Oh, I thought that was like wet spots on the baby's thing, but it's not.
Rob.
What? I was checking.
Just checking. You don't like that. You don't like the background. Kaylee
I like the background fine, but it looked like a wet spot right there on the baby, but it's not. It's a turtle. I see that now. That's what I had to look and say.
Well, moms loving their child. I thought that was a good picture, and then a rose for mom, and I found that little mama somebody put on a wall, and then a beach scene, which I think
Wawa.
It's just that backwards, I guess. It's like a mirror of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what the baby would say, Wawa.
That's why I was looking at that spot right there. It looked like he already said Wawa.
So we're just changing up our backgrounds a little bit, a little livelier, a little color.
Tammy's
right. It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I like it too, but I'm obligated. I'm obligated to give Dave a hard time about this.
Oh, I know.
Pretty.
Heather, come up with us for a few minutes if you have time. You ain't doing nothing. Frank can wait on his dinner.
Yeah. Tammy can too, as far as that goes.
Absolutely.
We just have a Cordell and family reunion, and we'll have the Blevin sidekick out here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm gonna
you send
pop
Tammy
up.
one. Why not you?
We tried to go live with a new one, Kick, and it didn't work. I got figured out, but I was doing that literally right before. But we did get the Instagram live first, so we got a pretty good lineup: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Rumble, and now Instagram. At least for 1 hour. Okay. So,
my wife just posted something. I've got to share this.
Oh, he's on your phone. Well, you can come in with your phone. You can come in however you want. Okay.
Here, 3, 2.
Yeah. There's no doubt. No doubt. I think Heather's going to try to come up. We'll get her in here for a bit before we depart for the night. But I do feel better. I am laughing tonight. I tell you, I was so sick Monday.
You wasn't happy this morning. I was having to laugh for me and you both.
I know.
This morning, I couldn't hardly even pick on you. I had to really work at it.
I know. I wasn't. I had already had the message typed out to say, "Sorry, bud, you're on your own." I had the stream set up. I was just going to set it up, be like engineer. But I said, you know what? I just really irked me about, the president being, they're trying to assassinate him again. I wanted to thank, some of the folks that, like, ARA and different ones, and especially the folks, by the way, I don't know if anybody's in here from, the groups with stopping the monkey business down at Bainbridge, but we're on it, and we thank you for following, and our follows have went up and our likes, and sharing that video is the biggest thing, and we appreciate you doing that. We've had more shares, and if anything, we've had in a long time, and we have dropped that in some cities around, trying to get people around the state, and even over in Alabama that's not too far away, over in Dothan, people paying attention to this. We had a guy up here. He was saying, "Well, they already built the thing." I said, "No, they haven't." I said, "They cleared the land. It's under a legal order right now." And I said, "They're waiting on that." So trying to get the message out. They have a big meeting Thursday down there in Robstown. He's going to go to that.
I'm going to be there.
Tomorrow at 5:30, they pray over in Bainbridge about this. So at 5:30, pray for them. I don't think nobody wants that thing in their town. I know, it's like we're going to put a place where we're going to put their all murderers. We're going to put that right in your back door. Who wants that? I mean, nobody wants that.
Nobody.
I mean, plus we don't like the animal testing anyway. So,
it's not even effective, really. They've got other ways to do it that's more effective. So what's the point?
I told you, ever since I saw that gorilla, there she is. Ever since I saw that gorilla in the zoo up there at Knoxville, it's just hard for me to even imagine being locked up like that, 30,000 of them, and that they're just being sold to these medical labs and testing these monkeys. I just don't like it. So, hey, but we're fair, and just so people know, Robert did reach out. Robert, you have reached out to the other side, and you have asked them about coming on to tell their part.
I talked to Rick McCaskill today.
Yeah.
And he says they can't comment until after the court case is settled. But once it settles, he said he'd be happy to come on.
And we'd love to have him.
Yeah.
So
we want to cover both sides. We don't want to cover, but, we've got questions. So he said he'd be happy to answer them.
Hello, sister.
Hello. I was not expecting to be on camera tonight. So
she's got to get all fixed up.
This is what you get after work.
I just be glad I took my wig off.
Is that your work face or your I survived work face?
I survived work face. That's what this is. It's a Monday. Yeah, Mondays are pretty intense sometimes. But
and
like I said, nobody cussed me and nobody got, yelled at me. So I'll take it as a win.
This is veterans benefits, right? You're helping with veterans benefits.
Yeah.
Some of them old soldiers can get mad now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny though, like you would think it would be the older veterans that would be that's notorious of who would be the most. But maybe it's the accent, but they seem to love me. It's the younger veterans that I have a problem
Awesome.
So
yeah,
not all of them. There's still some grumpy old men that call in, but for the most part, like I don't know, I think they just like my accent, so they're always not. They're mostly always nice to me.
Wow.
Robert likes to say I'm the grumpy old man or grumpy elderly man.
He's crotchety. He gets plumb crotchety on here sometimes.
Can I see the chat?
Do you have the option up at the top right, say comments, and just pull it? Can you pull that up?
Okay, I see it.
Click on that. You should be able to see what we see because you're inside the channel, so you should see that. And so Tammy's in there. She said, "I'm happy to see your face."
Michael's still in there too.
Michael's still in there. I think Cook's watching the football game.
Probably.
So we've got a few folks in here from all across the spectrum. We have people, so it's a wide range of viewers from different places. But again, thanks so much. The story getting out has far exceeded anything that we have ever put up.
Look, just for everybody out there, I'm sorry I haven't been ignoring you. I just want to get the accurate, up-to-date information. It's had 2,612 plays since Friday night.
It's amazing.
That's a lot. And it's got 45 shares on it. and that's just it's pushing out and it's going places, it's doing things, it's getting out there. So
Well, like Miss Elise said, they've had the majors or some of the majors come out early on, but they've heard nothing from them. I mean, they just like abandoned the story. They just wanted to cover it for a story and then move on. And we
well,
said, hey, let's get in touch with these folks. Let's get some information about it. So we appreciate them coming up and we're involved. We're gonna get us some hats. We're gonna wear hats on the.
well, I'm gonna
on the
get two
show.
hats.
You're not keeping my hat, Rob.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna put the hat right here where this Georgia hat is. I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna move this Georgia hat over here. But I'm gonna put that monkey hat right there, so you'll be able to see it all the time when I'm turned around here.
I don't know if it's possible for me to see it with your fat head. It might be kind of in the way.
Oh yeah, I'll lean this way if I have to. You're gonna see that hat behind me.
As long as you don't get right up in the camera and say Chupacabra or whatever you're saying.
What about the Chupacabra, Dave?
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Heather, he does not like the word Chupacabra.
It's
I mean,
annoying.
He doesn't like it.
There's
Toyota man. You know, once you get over that certain threshold there, they're not nice anymore.
I'm the nice old man.
You're crotchety.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, crotchety. Plumb crotchety. Especially in the morning. You come
that's when you are. Robert comes in look like death warmed over. Good morning. How y'all doing out there? I've got my coffee here. He sounds like the guy at Hardee's at 5 a.m., you know.
Well, I feel
there.
like the guy at Hardee's
had
at
to-
5 a.m.
I had to deal with those types of people. I used to work at Hardee's like for years.
Yeah.
Frank's like ultimate goal in life is to go somewhere so much that they know his like order can just bring it to him without even being told, like being that much of a regular. And
Yeah.
that irritates me because I used to be that person that opened up the door and these people would literally be in line standing at the door at 4:30 and 4:45 waiting to come in there and order their biscuits and gravy and their senior coffees.
I was just going to say the senior coffee, yeah.
Yes, senior coffee and biscuit and gravy. Yep. That was it.
You gotta get there early if you want fresh biscuits.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's assigned seating. They all have their own seats. You don't get
They all have their own seats. Me and Jenny made that mistake when we first moved to Colquitt. We went to they got a Hardee's in Colquitt now. First fast food restaurant I knew them to have, but we go to the Hardee's. Oh, we sat in the wrong place too. Now you're gonna have to move here. We like y'all come in here and visit and everything, but that's so and so seat.
Yeah.
Usually
it's true though.
Well, yeah. Usually when I went and seen Heather, she was working late night, and I don't know, she was working days or something. One time I went over there to see her, and this guy kept staring at me. You know, this whole guy, and that bothers me. Do you like people staring at you? I don't really care for it. I try to ignore it, but I don't care for it. Kind of messes with my head a little bit. And finally I look at him. I'm like, "How's it going, bud?" I had to, open the conversation. He said, "Fine." He goes, "You know that's Steve's seat or whatever the name was. Just make up a name. You know that's Steve's seat, right?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm keeping it warm for him." I don't think he liked my humor. And he's like, "Well, he'll be here. He'll be here in about 5 minutes."
You can't do that, Dave. That messes up their whole day when you do that. Don't.
Heather, we got to settle something. Shut up, Rob, because this is important. This is groundbreaking, Heather.
Okay.
You mentioned gravy biscuit. Do you crumple your biscuit up or just pour the gravy over the whole biscuit?
Oh, I crumple it. And Frank is not a crumpler. Yes. And it irritates me when he does biscuit and gravy because he don't crumple it. And I'm like, I can't. I have to have it all crumpled up.
Okay. So now you've made my point. Thank you. Women like to crumble their biscuit and men like to leave them whole. Thank you very much.
It irritates me. He'll open it up, but that's it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, he'll just pour it over the top.
That's
I'm
the
like,
way. That's the
no,
way men
it's
do it.
weird. No,
Yeah,
that's
men
weird.
men do it that way. We're weird creatures, but you women folk, y'all crumble y'all's up.
I do.
Dave, how do
You
you do
gotta have
yours
it all
again?
over it, you know.
How do you do yours again, Dave?
I crumple my biscuit up. I shred that thing, baby.
Like I
And
said,
then
all you girls.
you see what Toyota Man said here? He's Tire Man, really, but he's got to go with Toyota Man until he can change his name on
You gonna
YouTube.
get the chupacabra after me? I'm
Yeah,
surprised you got that spelled right.
I wouldn't have been
Robert,
able to spell it right.
Robert, you don't even know how to spell it.
I don't even know if it's spelled right, but it looks right.
That looks right. That does look right.
Either it's CHU or it's CHEW. I don't know.
Let's look
I
and
think
see if
it's more like
that's
the
right. I'll Google it.
CHEW because it's a vampire
I'll
thing.
Google it.
It's
Yeah,
Let's see if it'll come up.
chupacabra.
Oh, he did spell it right.
Oh,
awesome.
That is
He
how you
Googled it.
spell it.
He Googled it. That's not how you spell it.
That is really how you spell it.
That's
it
not
came
how
up
you
on
spell it.
it came up
I
on Google.
guarantee you that's not how you spell it.
We'll explain
I
that, big boy.
Googled it.
IT.
Oh, it. That's how you spell it. Oh, ha ha ha. Robert, so funny on a Monday. Let's give him a hand clap.
Good
Look,
best I can do on a
My
Monday.
brain,
here. Come
my
on.
brain's not moving that fast right now.
I've done that around here so many times, and when Jenny first started working at the bank, her boss asked her, "Now, what's your last name?" And she said Blevins, and he said, "Spell that." She said THAT, and he was already writing.
I would have started writing it probably.
How do you spell your last name? Oh,
No, I didn't do it.
You're crazy, man.
and I can't help it. You know. Hey, you get up on that Sato. It was a fight, but I got up there.
What side?
On the about Bainbridge.
Oh, the Bainbridge. Yeah, yeah. Have you posted in there?
Yeah, I got it posted in there.
Good deal. Good deal.
It's
Well,
down
that's
here,
it.
It don't tell me how many views it's got on this one, but
Well, I didn't see that either on mine, but
that's all right though. That's how we get her done.
so did Frank like the football from Saturday?
Yeah, he had something to do while my game was on, and so I sat here and bit my fingernails off watching our Georgia game. That was a little too close for me. I'm not.
Yeah.
They gonna have to get their junk together.
They're gonna have to get some. They should let their offensive coordinator go. Put Bobo back in there.
Something.
Well, they didn't let him go. He left. He left to go pro.
Okay. Well, they could have found somebody besides Bobo.
Well, I agree. I mean,
They could have got you up there. You'd have done a good job.
well, I could have definitely called better than that. I'll just be honest with you. I mean, he never adjusted to their pressure or anything. I mean, you know, where was the tight ends at for some of the game? He just went away from them. Screenplays, misdirection, nothing. He just kept doing these drop backs with the pressure coming on. The line was, you know, and they did, you know, some of these games that kill me, they're not chipping that edge rusher like they should. Not just Georgia, but I've seen other teams do it. And if your guys getting eat up, man, you have got to send him help. You have to. You can't do that.
You can't just
and you can roll away from the pressure.
All right, now, Tammy, it looks like Toyota Man looks like Tammy meant to call you yesterday, but she forgot.
That would be me.
Oh,
Because for some reason it's sending my comments to YouTube. I guess somehow I fixed it to where it's sending them to YouTube.
Okay.
So she didn't. So she didn't see my message. So I put it in there. So she's responding back to me because I put it on the Facebook chat part.
That's an interesting way to handle that. Toyota Man.
Trying to be a chupacabra. I'm sorry, a chupacabra, Dave.
Yeah, don't put your face up on the screen like that. It's creepy. Chupacabra.
We were on here. All right. Have you heard how we got started on this monkey farm thing?
No, I haven't watched in a minute because I've been busy, and I just didn't know what y'all were talking about. So I was gonna actually message you like privately and be like, "What is all this about?" Because
Okay,
I
so
haven't got
Ro-
caught up yet.
Robert will explain.
me and Dave pick on each other quite a bit down the road, and sometimes I will come up with stuff just to see what kind of reaction I can get from Dave. And Dave knows this, so he's very careful about what he responds to.
Dang Skippy.
So I told him one day, I said, Dave, we farm everything down here in South Georgia. We're fixing to start farming monkeys. And David got this complete look of disbelief in his face. He's like, yeah, right. Okay, whatever. And I already had it pulled up. I said, now I could share the screen on this if you like. Yeah, share the screen. I want to see this. Yeah, put it up there. So I put it up there. And you can see it in his face. He was like, crap. He wasn't joking that time.
No. But for us,
So-
it was something to joke about because we do a lot of that. You know, we were
Yeah.
joking about monkeys running across South Georgia, attacking people at gas stations, and
Who
making
had
a
to star in the movie?
yeah,
that
we're gonna make a
came down
movie
to
about it. You know,
Vegas?
yeah.
You know,
And then we just, kind of kept looking at it and we joked about it for a few days. And next thing you know, we're like trying to figure it out. Like, what does this mean? The farm, what is this thing? And the more we dug into it, the more we were like, this is really creepy. It just doesn't sound right. Animal, testing on the monkeys,
They're-
30,000, up to 30,000 in one place. What are they doing with them? Well, they're selling them to laboratories. And so we decided to contact this group where he brought this up. Well, first I went looking to get the hats. I wanted to get a hat. I wanted to wear it on there on the show. We were talking about that, and then I found their sites. I have a couple of sites. I joined them, and they sent me a bunch of information. That's like, well, hey, we need to get these folks up, and so we did an interview with them, and they're just appreciative that we came along and wanted to do something. And Rob's going to go to the meeting they're having in his town Thursday night.
Yeah.
Talk to some folks. Maybe we'll get a couple of on the spot interviews or something, and just trying to get the message out there.
Yeah, in a nutshell, the local government kind of did some closed door meetings, I think, and snuck this thing in. And it's a monkey breeding facility, and they're supposed to be raising 30,000 monkeys. There will be twice as many monkeys in that facility than what is in the town. And they'll be producing about 440,000 gallons of waste a day to go into our Flint River, and we're not happy about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't understand.
So
there's a lot of issues. One, nobody wants it there. I mean, well, there are some people, but it seems like there's a huge segment of that population that does not want it there. That either are business owners there or live there because it's built near some of their homes, or it will be.
Yeah.
Second is the whole animal testing, which for me is really first because I'm not from it, but I don't, and I hate that for them. I just don't like the idea of monkeys being, given diseases and stuff, and these. It just has that, like the Joe. What was the guy in Germany, that did all the medical testing on humans? And not that monkeys are, but they're very, they're very highly intelligent creatures. And I don't know. I just can't. I don't like it. I just don't like that thought of that happening. And I don't know. I just don't care for it. It's just it's not something that I can back. And anyway. I can't imagine that coming to my town. I just can't,
Yeah.
And so anyway, we've got involved with that.
They definitely wouldn't like that here because they are definitely about animals in my community. So they would not like that.
Oh, Robert, you're so funny.
Thank you.
So funny.
Thank you. Bye. See?
For the record, I have a handful of times in my life kept it whole. There was only one reason I did that, though.
What kind of sick person leaves it whole? You got to put it in half.
No, I did it whole.
And Frank's done it like where it's whole, and that's where I'm like twitching. I'm like, no, you got to at least open it up. No,
well, he's like a
pour gravy over it, but he is from South Florida, so it is what it is,
Yeah,
I
agree,
did it.
He's not.
Tammy.
I did it.
He's not Southern.
I
Yeah.
did it. The only time I've done that is if I went to like a buffet and you could put the biscuit there and put the gravy on it because there's not enough room on your plate to put all that other good
Yeah.
food. So that's the only reason I did that. And I felt icky for doing it that way. I'll be honest with you, but I just did it.
Oh.
But when I got to the table, I kind of crumpled it up there. I just did that while I was in line. You know.
I do miss a good buffet. We don't have really any good buffets out here.
Tammy, that is Bainbridge, Georgia, which is South Georgia. It's about a half an hour from Rob, I think he said. Oh, nailed it. He was right. But it is in the state of Georgia, and these folks are, they're trying to fight it.
They're pushing it in court. We're expecting a decision from court any day now, but they're coming come hell or high water is what their plan is. The guy
there's millions and millions of dollars that have been, I mean, it's crazy, the tax abatements and then the bond issue. I mean, this is like a big deal. I mean, I was telling Rod today, with the Chattanooga Lookouts up here, they've just finalized, I think the biggest bond they've ever issued in Chattanooga to build all that down on the, near the interstate over there in the old foundry sites for the lookouts and other, businesses will be located in and around it. This exceeds that. And Chattanooga's a much bigger town than Bainbridge with it's many more people. And that just seems to be amazing that they would be tying up that much money. It's really crazy. It is producing jobs, but you can really hurt yourself. But there's a lot of issues to it. A lot of issues.
Well, you figure there's 15,000 people roughly in Bainbridge. And compared to Colquitt and Dawsonville and Buckley, it's bigger. But really, you've got to drive about an hour past there to get to Tallahassee, or you got Dothan or Albany. That's really, and those are all about an hour and a half away. Bainbridge is 30 minutes. It's closer. It's got a Walmart, but it's only got 15,000 people.
Yeah.
They're talking about bringing 250 jobs for all the headaches and stuff that this is going to bring. Oh.
It's a lot of controversy.
Yeah. So,
Heather, on another note, I did see the video that was posted about Frank's car. I guess it's back in action now. Y'all can actually take it to car shows.
Yeah. He got some pictures took of it Saturday night. That's where he was when the game was on. So that's where the little video came from, was our photographer friend. So we did one a few weeks ago. He was going to do one yesterday, but he's having a little problem with the lots, the red lots that were in the video. It kind of caused a little bit of issue, so he's going to fix that next weekend. But yeah, we're back cruising and showing the car, so we're excited to have it back home and out of the shop.
When's he going to start on your car?
We got to pay off some of this first. We just got that. You just got it painted and all of that stuff.
Since Frank's not on here, just a quick question. Since the car's back home, is he paying more attention to the car than you now?
I'm just happy the car's back because he seemed kind of depressed when it wasn't here.
Dave.
That's his outlet. Everybody's got their thing. That's his outlet.
Yeah. Dave.
Yeah.
Do not get Frank in trouble. Don't do it. You need some nice lessons. I'm going to work on him, Heather. I'm sorry. I'm trying. But you just grabbed Frank and by the scruff of the neck and chucked him under the Greyhound. Why would you do that? That wasn't even nice.
Yeah. He, I don't take no offense to it if he pays more attention to her than me. But yeah, he kind of splits his time pretty good. So
what is her name? Does he have a nickname for this car?
So since we're both widowed, it's named after his late wife Jenna. So her name is Jenna.
Jenna. Okay.
So
you said that was his outlet. I guess mine's coming over here talking to Robert. I don't know what that says about me. That's my therapy.
You go out
Y'all
there
have
and
fun. Y'all have fun and laugh. So you
Yeah.
Well,
know.
we do that. We do that. We have a lot of fun and a lot of laughter.
we've been doing this to each other for a long time. They're hiding
Amen,
it behind
Toyota man. Well, that's why there. Why
Oh,
there? Yeah,
yeah.
I think she was right. Like what she say, they didn't think a bunch of country bumpkins would even
Yeah.
pay attention or something like that. I think that's about
Too
what she
dumb to
said.
notice.
Too dumb to notice, whatever. Yeah, well, guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
So I have a question. Does he spend hours out there rubbing Jenna down with the buffing rag and getting all shiny? And
It depends. That is kind of his therapy, is kind of just detailing her and that kind of stuff. But definitely if he has a big car show coming up, like the big one that we went to um, back at the 1st of August, like he
Right.
would have been out there for like probably a week before that, getting her ready, doing different stuff. Some stuff has to cure for like 12 hours before he can do anything else to it. So it could be a course of, for 5 nights after work, he goes out there. But not, we haven't really been doing car shows. So no, mostly he just sits out there and just kind of listens to music, and he has a bunch of signs, and that's just kind of his
It's
man
his man
cave, so
cave.
to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man cave.
So
So
what
he
you're
just
saying
kind of
is,
does that.
okay. No, I'm not going to tell Frank. Yeah, I am. Okay. So what you're saying is, Frank sits out there and stares at his car and drinks a cold one in the evening.
Sometimes, yeah.
Just sits
On the
and stares at
weekend.
it.
Well, now we have football back. So football is
Oh,
his other therapy. So
okay.
Saturdays, especially because we're more college football, he sits on the couch and watches football for 10 hours because we're on the West Coast. So we get to watch games from 9 a.m. to like 9 p.m. basically,
Right.
because we have your early kickoffs on the East Coast. It's like 9 a.m. here. So from then you have your West Coast kicks off at like 8 o'clock our time, so you literally could watch it all day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
Wow. That
So
that would be fun. So
it
Dave,
is. I mean, it's different because like I was on the East Coast for so long, and we just had our games, and I went to bed, and it's kind of cool that we get to watch them like pretty much all day long.
well, we know
Wow.
he's more into college than professional. But Dave Chris is really not really wanting to run that fourth team. We ought to talk to Frank, get him to run it.
Well, we
Frank
could.
has 3 fantasy teams.
Oh, so
Well, now
he's
he's
already
got 4.
busy.
He's
Now
on
he's got
3
4.
of them.
He's got 4.
I'm like, and I'm not a part of any of them. I'm like, we
Well,
should do
you
one
gotta
with like
take this
Nikki.
one.
Maybe Heather
There
needs
you
this.
go. There you go. Here's your fantasy team right here. What are
Yeah,
you gonna
maybe
name it?
next year. It's already started now, so
Well,
maybe next year
we
though.
just snaked this thing in. All right. So
But we do watch NFL, especially because he does do fantasy. Right now, I do have the Falcons and the Eagles on in the background, so I'm watching that.
yeah, Dave
But
is too. I know he's focused on something
yeah,
over there.
I'm
Well, I
not.
know. I was just pulling it up.
I'm
I have not
yeah.
looked at it actually.
There's no score yet,
But
but
yeah, take this one.
Eagles are about to score though.
Take this one. Take this team. You can name it
No,
whatever you want to.
I don't want a whole team. I just want it to be
No.
a part of it. But I'll have to do some research because he gets real serious about it. Like he does his research and comes up with his people he's
Well,
gonna,
me
do.
and Cook talked about our draft that we had, and me and Cook think David really slipped up a little bit. He wasn't on his game. Normally he is all over the drafts, and it just seemed like he was kind of down a little bit. Don't know
I
what was
told
up
you.
with that.
I told you before we did it. Y'all didn't
No,
listen to
I'm
me.
just giving you a hard time, dude. I'm ragging your behind. I'm gonna have to get a diaper and come up there and rub you down like Frank does that car.
You're not rubbing me down. You're not doing that. Let's just be clear about that right now.
We're gonna buff that old crotchety right on out of you there.
Did you know, Heather, that Cook has a new nickname? We didn't know this. We just learned this.
Yes, he does
I'm
have a nickname.
nervous, but okay. What is it?
Thunder Cheeks.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I was
you-
wondering why that was in the chat earlier.
You have got to watch last Friday night. It went off in 2 episodes because we
Part
lost
one.
connection.
his is in
Part
part
one.
one. The front
Okay.
porch talking, part one. Cook. Take.
Craig.
But we put the link out there in our all of us, and I didn't think nothing about it. Well, he pops in all of a sudden, and he's had all this trouble getting in, but he comes in live and in color from Walmart, riding around on a smart cart, and we got him to interview people as he rode through Walmart. It's comedy gold.
Walmart in the
amazing.
South. That's great.
The
Yes.
Fordo Walmart, Cook is rolling through on the smart cart. His mama's shopping in there, and he's rolling up and asking these people questions like, "Do you believe in Bigfoot?"
What do you think of the
Yes.
grocery prices? And the little woman was real adamant. They suck.
Yeah.
But people just going around.
People were
Who you
waving at
voting
us
for?
like, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
Who you vote for? That'd be a Trump. Here's
And I'm telling
Yeah.
you what, that smart cart had to have the best battery ever on a smart cart, because I know how
Yeah.
fast they run out. Cook is doing laps like he's at the Indianapolis 500. I mean, the dude was moving, and he's running around. I think Frank's home. He was running around, and I asked him how much battery life he had. He said he still had like 99 or 98%. You know, Frank,
Frank.
salute, brother.
He
Don't
just
run
got it
off.
from
Get
work.
back over here. I got to tell you what David tried to do to you.
He just got home from work, so he had to
Oh.
work a little later
He's
tonight.
He's got to go see the car.
Yeah, no, he's
He's
ready to
amazing.
eat. I made homemade chili today.
Oh
first-
man.
It's my first batch because it's finally chilly enough here to make it. So Tammy said
What-
hello as well. She's on
What-
in the chat.
What is the temperature variation right now in Nevada?
So I think we are in the 50s today. So
What?
it's 53 right now. And it's kind of raining. I have not ate. I was waiting on you. Because it's kind of raining here. But like the rest of the week, it's supposed to be like 60s and 70s and go back to the 80s by the weekend. So it's
Yeah,
snowing
we're
up in the
not
Sierras. It's snowing up in the Sierras.
It's false
Wow.
fall.
I'm like, what? I'm ready for fall though. I'm ready to wear like the sweaters and all of the things like all the time.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like it's kind of like the South though. It's kind of like, oh, here you go, and then
Yeah.
we're back in the 80s by the weekend. So
Yeah.
then you're gonna be.
Well,
Well, you-
down here, we don't wear coats anymore. We wear flannel shirts. You know,
I'm ready
you
to
know
pull
what?
all that out.
Do you know what they do around here? And they do it in the summer. Is they wear the sweatshirts or long sleeve shirts with shorts and flip flops on. That's the look all the young people have.
Yeah.
They got the hoodie on. The hoodie in the middle of towering inferno. I mean, it's like 110 outside, and they got the hoodie on with the hood up, with shorts and flip flops, and that's how they go to the store. It's crazy.
They do it
I
out
could
here
see
too.
that down here. I could see them doing it down here to keep
They
the
don't even
gnats
wear the
out of their
shorts here.
ears.
They wear the long sleeves with the pants here.
Oh, wow!
I'm like, I don't see
Well,
how
and
you
then
do
in the
it.
I
summertime-
can't
Oh,
handle
wow.
that.
And then in the summertime, they want to wear a
Yeah,
tank
that's
top and barefoot. In the summertime, and the wintertime, it's tank top
Yeah.
and barefoot.
And then grab about
Well,
how it's cold.
By the way,
Because
Rob,
they-
I want to divert here and just talk about dogs for a minute. I saw something the other day. I want to get your opinion on it. It's one of those.
Okay.
It's a fairly hot day. I
Okay.
didn't seen these people before. They're walking their dog down our street. I was going out to go somewhere,
Yes.
and
Oh, my God.
the dog was kind of going in people's yards and stuff, but they'd run back up in the road. And the lady said something about how hot it was, how hot the road was. Thought maybe that's why the dog was running into the yards and stuff. And the guy said, "Oh, the dog has." He's talking down to her like she's an idiot, and he says the dog has a pad on his paw. He's got a pad under there, and as long as he keeps moving, he's fine.
No, No,
That's not
no,
true, is it? I mean, the dog can
that's
still
not
get
true.
burnt.
Yeah.
No.
And I didn't like the fact he was talking.
Absolutely.
She cared about the dog, and he's talking down to her like she's an idiot. You know, I
No,
didn't
they're
like most of that.
really, like I said, they're real big about their animals in this town, and yeah, you don't do that. Like,
Yeah. We big
and
on
they even
it.
have it to the point that they have like little shoes for their feet that you
Yeah.
can put on them, and like so you can walk 'em around because the pavement gets super hot here with being in the hundreds and stuff.
Wait a
So
minute.
I mean, this time of the year it wouldn't be that bad, but
Do y'all have a cat or dog?
we have dogs. We have two
Okay.
dachshunds, but they're like senior dogs, so all they do is sleep and eat.
So
So that's what I think. Yeah,
we need
that's
to
what they're
get you a
doing right
dog
now.
then. We need to get you a dog or a cat then. We can
I
get one
can't
from
have a
Animal Rescue
cat.
Alliance. We can
I
get one
shared
from
it in
Animal
the
Rescue Alliance.
well,
Huh?
I shared it in the chat that Frank is allergic to cats, so we can't have
Okay.
cats. He starts
Yeah.
sneezing and breaking
We'll
out in
mail you
hives.
a dog then. We'll mail you another dog.
We got two. We got two, and
But they're seniors.
that's enough.
The seniors. If you get a younger dog now, to keep them stirred up, they'll
No,
live longer.
exactly. No, they'll drive me
Oh,
crazy then.
by the way, I didn't know if you knew that. It's a little. It may not be well known all the way out there in Nevada. All men are allergic to females sometimes. You know.
I can
About
understand
12
that.
times a year, roughly.
You know, some days you're a little allergic. You've got to just keep your
I'm
distance.
just saying, I'm not, you know, I know what PMS stands for.
Hmm. It's okay. I'm
Do you
not
know,
a very
Dave?
nice person around
No,
those
no.
times, so I'm
It
sure
stands
Frank don't
for
like me either.
it stands for pack my stuff. I'll see you in a week. Or putting up with men's stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Bye,
more
sis.
likely yet.
Love you.
Booby. She meant Bobby, but I gotta go help Booby.
You gotta go help Booby. Who's Booby?
Well, I should probably go too because he
Frank's
just got
got to
home
eat.
and
Frank's
Yeah,
got to
you
eat.
yeah,
gotta go take
he's
care of
ready to
Frank.
eat. He's waiting on me, so I better go so he
You
can
don't
eat.
hurry up.
It-
He's
it-
gonna be out there revving up the car like,
yeah,
you know,
it's
it's time to
it's
eat.
dinner. It's dinner time here, so well, all right. I'll
We're gonna be
definitely have
thank
to
you
come
for
back
coming
on
on.
sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good to see you, sis. Good to
Hop
have my
in
other
here.
sister in
yeah,
here. And
yeah. I'll definitely come back on soon and
And I'm
we
like
can
the
talk
black sheep over
talk
here, but
some.
I still like
We
seeing
can
y'all play.
we can talk some football for sure.
That's right.
we'll do it. We'll do
You
it.
can do it.
All right. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye, sis. Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. And Dave, I don't know about you, but I'm about tired. It's about time for both of us to log off, ain't it?
Well, it's getting close to time. Yeah. Any wrap up things we need to talk about before we do? We do have an interview Thursday with an election official here in Georgia we're not going to talk controversy or go back to 2020. We're just going to talk about the election rules and absentee ballots and all that kind of stuff and early voting and questions you may have. Send those to us. We'd be glad to ask. But she's going to come and talk, or she's going to come on, and we're going to do this early, like around 2. So by the afternoon, we'll have that up. We want that information out quickly. It'll apply for pretty much all of Georgia. I mean, all the election things are pretty much the same. Now, locations obviously is different when you have early voting, but this will be Catoosa County. But we appreciate them coming on. They're very nice to do that. They've never done our program before. They asked if it was okay, and they said, "Sure, go." You're just like any other, which I was honored. It was like any other news thing that has asked them to come on, and I appreciate them doing that. So we're going to have them on. We have one for sure business that we're going to highlight here soon. I talked to them today, and we're going to talk about different things, but it's a small business we're going to help, and it's pest control. So we're going to talk about pest control. That's an important thing, Rob.
Yeah.
We're going to get some opinions about pests, and you may have some pests in your life. No, not the humans. I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. You know,
So we're going to highlight their business, and we'll get them to talk. Get them to talk about things about that. I know there's things that they can cover that won't go into their business model or anything they're doing. Just talk in general terms about pests, and then we'll talk about that. So, and he's a dear old friend, and I hadn't got to see him in a while. So he's also a former somebody we worked with all together, or most of us did. And looking forward to having him come up. So I think he's going to ask him. I think he's going to let him do it. He's not the owner, but he knows the owner obviously very well. It's a small business, so he's been with them now for a year or two, I think. This one, and been in that field for a while. He's great as a natural, and we're gonna do that. I've asked another gentleman. He hasn't responded back to me yet, so I hope to hear back from him soon.
Well, we got Thursday night. I'm gonna be recording some interviews up there at the meeting for the Stop the Monkey Farm.
Yeah, and I think that I'm going to do that. Yeah. And this depends on how Thursday goes. I may go live that night, and we'll highlight some things. We may do a show that night. We'll see.
What I'll do is I'll just I can pop in here on the phone. You can be live, and
that'd be great. Yeah, and it starts at 6:30, 7. What'd you say?
Yes, it starts at 6:30 at the Osceola Hotel in Donaldsonville, Georgia, on Thursday, 13th. Now I ain't gonna be cook, okay?
No, we don't want you to do that.
I can just see me and Jenny riding around in the car. You'd be like, go ask them something, and just drive the car up on the sidewalk, get to them. Hey, y'all, stop walking. I want to ask you a question.
We definitely want to get some insight on what's going on there. They do have 3 or 4 or 5 topics that they're going to cover in this. One of those is about the waste, I believe. I looked at that today. They put out something on their page about it, but they've got several things they're going to cover, topics during that meeting. So I hope it's well attended, and I hope that also, they're able to get some information out to a lot of people, and that we can boots on the ground, so to speak, our roving reporter, but just not on a smart cart.
Yeah, not on a smart cart. But really and truly, over the weekend, and look, these ladies helped us out by sharing it out on their page and everything. But all in all, since Friday night, we've got over 2,600 plays, almost 2,650. So we'd like to see 1,000 or so people at this thing, but people got to work. We understand that, but this is important, and we want everybody in the community to come out and be a part of this and learn about it. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of information to take in.
And make a small donation to them. It costs money to print up signs and do different things. And so, and I meant to ask Robin, she was on here. I don't remember. I think on their website, they have a way to donate on there.
I didn't
know.
And
I will look that. We'll get that information before Thursday and cover that. Now, folks, we've had a great time tonight. We didn't do any commercials because we had different guests and stuff. So don't forget Animal Rescue Alliance. We did mention them.
Yeah.
Robin's going to talk about that. Make a donation if nothing else, but they do have the silent auction coming.
Yes, they have the silent auction coming up. Monetary donations are always accepted. This will really help out. If you've want to pick up something, I'm going to pick them up something to take up there for us, for the podcast. And let them auction it off. We need to order a shirt.
Yes.
Southern Fried Podcast shirt, and we'll get a basket and we'll load it up with doggy treats. And
I'll get that ordered this week, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Just throw it in there, make it like an extra large shirt. Okay. I mean, that fits most everybody.
Yeah.
If it's a little big, a little small. But, and with the doggy treats and stuff like that, and just a basket and just anything. But, if you live in this area, drop them off some dog food or some cat food or anything like that, or litter. Yeah.
And folks go to our most of our streams have our store address in there. There's some specials running right now. You can get at least the shipping. I think would cancel out for what we have up there as discounts. We'll run different specials. The site does it automatically. We can go in there and do some of that too. But get your get your hardware, your accessories, or get your shirts, hats, mugs. I'm fixing to order a mug. I've already got the hat. I thought I had it here beside me, but I don't. I was going to show it, but I don't think I've got it. But go to the store and get your. We want this out in the community, so we just want people to see it. Wear it out and get people see that they recognize that SFP. It stands out. And they'll say, "What's that SFP?" And then then they'll see the writing around it. Southern Fried Podcast. So that's cool.
And it's Cornbread Nation. We got Cornbread Nation shirts. We got Mama Said shirts. We got some Thin Blue Line shirts. We've got American flag shirts. We got all kinds of stuff on there.
And Rob, I still think we've got a few logos we've got to go in there and adjust on one page I saw. And I tried to figure that out. Y'all did most of that. So you might have to go look at it. It's just some of the mugs. Look at the mug part. I think that's where I saw it, not the other things, not the shirts and stuff. Just look on the accessories. And they just need a little adjustment.
Those things right there.
I know it's not the easiest thing to set up, but it works well. I've ordered from there. I had no problem with it. Everything went good, and so we appreciate if you can do that. It just helps the podcast.
Yes, it does. So we appreciate everybody and everything, and I'm glad you're feeling better, Dave.
I am. Be back to work tomorrow. I'm still, recovering, but I am a lot more myself tonight. I had to go to town once today. I didn't work. I had to go to town, and I got back, and I was just in a mess. Like my stomach was really messed up for most of this, but it was in my head. You know how it gets in your head, and you feel like your head's swimming. That's what I felt like most of the day today. Get dizzy,
Well, just to show you the kind of guy that I am, because, I really believe in working with people. Why don't you just take tomorrow off from the morning show? Don't worry about it.
See it as there is no morning show. I actually have to be at work a lot earlier. We're doing an event in the morning, so I'm going to get in the bed pretty early tonight so I can be up ready for that. So I'll probably leave work a little earlier tomorrow. There's some programming to catch up, and I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. There's programming I need to catch up on. The SFP news desk. I've got a devotion that I want to get out there, and we've got other things. We got a little bit behind, been a lot going on, but we'll get it going through this week. So
yes,
be patient with us for those that are missing some things. So we'll get those.
Like Morning Funnies, we've been just hammered.
We have. We've had a lot going on. We're still building things behind the scenes. We're adding to the streams. We're trying to, just work on different things for the podcast and putting a lot of attention on a couple things right now. So it'll be back. Thank you to Chick Bait for coming in. She's a hoot. Yes. Love having her. Great to have that perspective. She's very, has a quick wit. Go to her YouTube, Chick Baits, all one word, CHICBATE, True Crime. She does it a little bit different way. Give her a follow or a subscribe.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you back here Wednesday morning, bright and squirrely. If David promises, he don't make promises he can't keep. I was going to say he promises not to be crotchety, but that'd be pushing it a little bit, probably 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay,
maybe just a little
David's going to be crotchety as usual.
We'll be back Wednesday. All will be right in the world, I hope. So,
yeah.
And the midweek Hump Day News that night, SFP Hump Day News.
Yes, it will. So, all right. Well, y'all have a great day. Y'all made it through Monday. You made it. Got this day out of the way. And for that, we salute you.
That's right.
Y'all have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you back here Wednesday morning. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
You know what I got to do?
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.